What's up, guys? My name is Miles Ben Solo, and today I have a super exciting review for you. I have set number 75314, better known as the Bad Batch Attack Shuttle, or maybe even better known as the Havoc Marauder. This is the first LEGO set I'm going to attempt to be building in almost 10 years, and I'm more than happy to make this my first ever review for my channel. So, without further ado, welcome to the Force Unboxed. So not only is this the first LEGO set that I'm going to be building in almost 10 years, this is going to be my first time ever reviewing anything on YouTube or anything in front of a camera of any kind. So I would like to thank you guys for being a part of this journey thus far. This is something that's still very new to me. So, I appreciate you being patient with me and all the awkward spots and me still learning how to do things. This is something that's a little bit out of my comfort zone, but it's something that I really do have a passion for. So again, thank you guys for being a part of this journey thus far. Okay, so I have an idea about how I want to go forward with these LEGO reviews. First, I would like to talk about the box art and general information of the item. Of course, when I say box art, I'm talking about the front of the box, the side of the box, the back of the box. That shows little features and what's included, and I guess the playability features of the set too. And the general information like the age, the set number, of course, the name, and then the piece count. Then we're going to go on and move forward, and we're going to do the minifigures, and we're going to go into a full review of that. Then I'm going to build the set for you, and then I'm going to go into a review of the bulk of the set as far as the build itself and the features in that. And then I want to move on to the small details of the set, the stuff that you might have missed when maybe you built it already, or maybe you watched somebody else build it, but small features that you maybe did or did not know about the set. And then after that, I want to give my final thoughts and conclusion about what I thought of this set and was it worth the value or what I paid for it. Let's jump right in. Hold up a second. Before we jump right in, we do have to talk about something else. We have to talk about the box art. So on the box art here on the front, it shows Crosshair chasing down the Bad Batch members. And on the back of the box, you have the beautiful Lego Star Wars logo, followed by some of the features that they do have on the set here, like the wings and the internals of the ship and the other two vehicles that are included. Here shows the internal part of the ship, followed by what seems to be a little like crate that you can open and close, followed by how the wings expand and some of the playability features of this set. Here we have a scene of the Bad Batch members without their helmets on to show their headpieces. My one question is, does Crosshair have his own headpiece? On the side of the box, there's not really much to show, but I figured I'd show you just for review purposes. Now, let's jump right into these minifigures. Okay, so I guess the best way to start would be with the Rambo-inspired leader of the Bad Batch, Hunter. He comes with a gunmetal gray finish with metallic printing on his chest, back, and legs, but no visible detail on his arms at all. This set also includes a double-sided face, a hairpiece, and a knife, which is supposed to resemble his viral blade from the show. Okay, so next up we have the former member of the Bad Batch and now the commander of the Imperial Elite Squad, none other than Crosshair. He has an all-black Death Trooper looking armor, which looks really cool. He has printing on his chest piece, his back piece, but he has no visible arm printing. I'm not too upset about that. He also comes with a custom face with a crosshair on his right eye. They nailed that perfectly. He also comes with this long rifle, which is supposed to resemble his 7.73 Fire Puncher sniper rifle that he uses in the show. Okay, next up we have everybody's fan favorite, or what seems like is everybody's fan favorite, Wrecker. So he is the muscle of the Bad Batch, and they did a very good job showing it. He has the beautifully designed custom helmet with his iconic skull printing on the front of that helmet that is different from the regular Clone Trooper helmets. He has this chest piece football pad thing, which is really cool. It gives him a more physically imposing build than the other minifigures, like how he is in the show, since he is the muscle and he's a lot bigger than the other clones. He has full metallic printed gunmetal gray finish on his chest, legs, and his back piece.
Also, he has his custom head too, with his like 5 o'clock shadow and his clouded eyeball with the scarring on his left side of his face. They also included a weapon. I'm happy that it is different than the other weapons that the members do have, or other weapons that we have seen in Star Wars sets. He does carry a DC-17M in the show. If you're not familiar, it's the gun that the Republic Commandos used. So yeah, so cool that they made a different gun. Wish it was a little bit more had a little bit more resemblance to the DC-17M, but nonetheless, they did a really good job with this piece. Moving on, we have one of my favorite clone troopers ever and newest member of the Bad Batch, former ARC trooper of the 501st Legion, Echo. He is a beautifully designed figure, and probably the best one in this set. He has his usual Bad Batch theme, gunmetal gray metallic finish. He has this really exceptional arm printing with a gray hand that is supposed to differentiate between his robotic arm and his regular arm. He actually has a scomp link, that thing that R2D2 uses to like hack into terminals and stuff. That's supposed to be what his right hand is. Nonetheless, he is an excellent figure. He also has this headpiece that shows his deformities, his front and back, after what the Separatists did to him on Skako Minor in Season 7 of the Clone Wars. They basically turned him into like a computer, and it shows super well detailed, just like how he is in the show. And honestly, I could not be more pleased. Like I said, I have a strong feeling that this is the best minifigure in this set, and probably the best minifigure to come out this year in any Lego Star Wars set, at least for me personally. So finally, we have the last member of the Bad Batch squad. We have Tech, whose name speaks for itself about what his role on the team is. So just like in the show, he does have a light gray armor, which is different from his other squad mates who have the metallic gray or gunmetal gray finish. He has his custom helmet that has a open visor, I guess, so he can maybe see a little bit better. I'm not really sure because he actually very rarely brings it down in the show. But nonetheless, though, he has a backpack, which is very different from what the other minifigures do have. I wish they would include it in all of the minifigures, because all of them do actually have backpacks on in the show. But that's okay. I'm happy they at least included it in just one. He also has a custom head that shows his goggles on it, and a headpiece with his brown hair. And last but not least, the most important character or minifigure in this entire set, the Gonk Droid, who has played such a pivotal part in the series this season. I can't wait to see what he does next season. My God, I don't even know what else to say. I mean, he's just obviously the best figure in this set. Okay, so after 2.5 hours of building, I have finally finished the set, and this thing looks great. It has an immense amount of details for how small the set is externally. The one knock that I will have on it, though, is that the blue color is a little bit too light. I don't mind the vibrancy, but I would prefer something a little bit more screen accurate. That's just my personal preference. But the vibrancy, again, doesn't make it look very good. And my other flaw, I guess, if I had one, is that the wings are a little bit flimsy, but that is possibly a building flaw by me. So moving on, if you lift up the fin here on the top, it'll reveal the cockpit and the cabin. They're very bare bones. Like, there's not much in there besides, I think, one main feature and 3 stickers. The one main feature being the crate that I'm gonna get to in a second here. But you can fit all 4 Bad Batch members pretty comfortably in there with no room to spare. So this crate right here, you basically lift up this hood, and you could basically take the crate in and out. It's not detached to anything, but I use it to store all the weapons in there, and opens and closes easily. Don't have to worry about that falling apart. And on the right side, you do have these stickers here that you see in Season 7 of the Clone Wars. Moving on to the back of the ship, you do have the engines, which you can open and close the hoods or the flaps. And, it's a cool little playability feature that they have. But I think I like mine better open. And also right here in the middle, they do have a turrets that they do have in the show. It's not really that good, doesn't move up or down, anything like that, but it's a good detail nonetheless. Okay, so moving on to the second of three vehicles in this set, we have the Bark Speeder that we see Crosshair flying, chasing the Bad Batch members in on the box art in the front. This thing does have stud shoes, which I'm actually going to go over in a later portion of this video. It's a very well put together, very basic. Personally, this is usually not something I would keep on display. At least when I was younger, I remember not caring about these little side pieces and stuff like that. But I'm going to keep it just for, just since it's my first build. But going forward, I probably wouldn't keep something like this on my shelf. Moving on, we do have the speeder scene in that Hunter was hijacking from that guy to rescue Omega in one of the episodes of The Bad Batch. Personally, I think I could have done without it, but I can understand the appeal behind it. If you're a kid, maybe you want to use it just like in the box art, maybe Crosshair's Tasting Tech or something like that. Like again, these things are play sets, so they do need to have some level of playability in them. Although I have never cared about the play features of any Lego set ever, even as a kid, I feel like it's important for me to go over them because Lego is for everybody, and honestly, kids love the playability features, not kidding. So this does have a spring-loaded launcher at the bottom of the shuttle. You basically just hit it up and it shoots out. I kid you not, these shoot like 10 feet, so definitely be careful. Don't shoot somebody in the eye with it. And moving on, we do have on the Bark Speeder the stud shooter, not as aggressive as the spring-loaded launcher, but it's a cool play feature nonetheless. So I just wanted to go over that, and that will conclude my in-depth portion of this video.
We are finally at the end of my first ever review, and let me tell you, I had a lot of fun building this, and I cannot wait to build more in the future. I have a lot of Lego Star Wars sets, so I am ready to build. I feel like this is a perfect starter set for me. Not too hard, didn't take a lot of time. Definitely a confidence builder, I'll say that. This thing right here was great. I wish they had these back when I was like 12 years old. I would have saved so much teeth. But anyway, Lego, you did a great job with this if you ever watched this video. Yeah, keep doing these things. Anyway, so let's get into the final thoughts and conclusion of this set. So this set retails at $99 USD, which I think they hit perfectly due to the fact that they included all 5 of the Bad Batch members' minifigures in this one set. At least back when I was building Legos, I remember they used to like release things in different sets. So they'd be all like from the same group or same faction or whatever, but they would release them in maybe like 2 or 3 sets. So that way you'd have to buy them to buy the whole collection. So I'm super pleased that they decided to include all 5 of these in the same set. But they also left some room for them to release another figure like Omega possibly, or maybe even a Bad Batch Crosshair figure, which would be really, really cool. So honestly, they have a lot of ideas. I'm sure we're going to get more of these Bad Batch sets in the future. Moving on to the builds of the set, I was a huge fan of the Shuttle. I think it was a really, really solid build. I do wish it was a little bit bigger and the color was a little bit darker. I mean, the blue is very nice, it's very vibrant, it looks good, but I think I would want something that's a little bit more screen accurate. So honestly, those are my 2 knocks on that. And the external is beautiful, very detailed for how small of a set it is. So overall, big win. I'd have to say my least favorite parts of the set, or not least favorite parts, but least favorite part of the set is going to be this green speeder here. I don't know why they felt the need to include this in this set. I felt like this speeder had no correlation to the Bad Batch whatsoever. It was seen in like 1 episode for maybe like 6 minutes. And it's not even the Bad Batches. It's something that Hunter hijacked to go rescue Omega. So I don't think that it had correlation enough to the set to be included in the set. But that's okay, because it's a play set and they have to have play features, and I understand that. Again, I had so much fun building this, and I cannot wait to build some more in the future. I mean, in the very, very near future, I'm going to have some more videos up. I have the entire Lego Star Wars wave. In fact, you can go to my Instagram at MilesBenSolo and then comment on my most recent post on which set I should do next. I have the entire wave. I have 2 of them that I'm kind of deciding between, so I need you guys to help. Thank you guys again for sticking it out all the way to the end of this video, and I'm excited to, get started and start doing this more. And welcome to the Force Unbox, guys. I'll see you on the next one.